Hello दोस्तों, how are you all? I hope you guys are good. So दोस्तों, today topic is all about difference between CMD and run, the difference between build, run and create and how to push your image to Docker Hub. Okay, so that's the topic of today. Before that, I will show how to topic I will covered in my previous lecture. So basically, in my previous lecture, describe the life cycle of a Docker container, Docker instruction, how to create Jenkins using Docker. So all these topics are covered in my previous video. So if you not watch, then please watch. And yeah, let's start to the topic. So to the topic is what is the difference between build, run, and create, and difference between CMD and run. So first, I will see difference between CMD and run. Okay, so basically I can explain the difference between CMD and run in Docker. So run is used to execute commands while building the Docker image. Okay, when a Docker image is built, every instruction in the Docker file is executed in order, and each instruction creates a new layer in the image. Run instruction is used to execute a command and commit the changes to the image. Okay, for example, if you want to install a package, you can use the run instruction to run the command to install the package. Okay, so basically CMD. So CMD on the other hand is used to specify the default command to be executed when a container is started from the image. CMD is not executed during the building of the Docker image, but rather when a container is started, the CMD instruction specifies the command to be run along with any arguments. If there is more than one CMD instruction in a Docker file, only the last one will be used. Okay, so to summarize, run is used to execute commands during the building of a Docker image, while CMD is used to specify the default command to be executed when a container is started from the image. So I hope this is clear difference between CMD and run. So next is the difference between build, run and create. Sure, I can explain the difference between build, run and create in Docker. So first, build. So the build is the process of creating a Docker image from a Docker file. A Docker file is a text file that contains a set of instructions that are used to build a Docker image. Okay, when you run the Docker build command, Docker reads the instructions in the Docker file and creates a Docker image. The image is created in layers with each instruction in the Docker file creating a new layer. Okay, so next is the run is the process of starting a container. The run is the process of starting a container from a Docker image. When you run the Docker run command, Docker creates a new container from the specified image and starts it. You can specify various options when running a container, such as port mapping, environment, variables, and more. Okay, create is a command that is used to create a new container from an image, but it does not start the container. Okay, when you run the Docker create command, Docker creates a new container from the specified image, but it remains stopped. You can later start the container using the Docker start command. Okay, so I will summarize this build is the process of creating a Docker image from a Docker file. Run is the process of starting a container from a Docker image, and create is the command used to create a new container from an image, but it remains stopped. Okay, so I hope this is clear, the difference between build, run and create. So next is how to push your image to Docker Hub. So basically there is write a step, so I read that, and after that I will showing practically all this. Okay, so first you need to create a Docker file for your application. The Docker contains all the instruction needed to build an image of your application. Okay, so first you create Docker file for your application. Once you have created a Docker file, you can build your Docker image by running Docker build command. For example, if your Docker file is in the current directory, you can run off the following command, right? Docker build. So hyphen T, it means tag, and your username. Your username, it means your Docker Hub username. Okay, and then your image name, and then dot. Okay, so this command builds an image with the tag and uses the current directory as the build context. Okay. Third step is after the build completes successfully, you can push the image. Basically, after the build is complete, then you log in. Okay, so before you can push your image to Docker Hub, you need to log into your Docker Hub account using the Docker login command. Okay, for example, Docker login and then your username. That's it. So after that you log in, and then you can push the image to Docker Hub by running Docker push command. For example, if you want to push your username, your and image, you can run the following commands, right? So I will showing this practically, so don't worry. And this command promotes you to Docker Hub password. Okay, so once you have logged in, you can push your image Docker Hub using the Docker push command. Okay, so that's it. Your image is now available on Docker Hub for others to use. Okay, that's it. So let's get to our instance. I will show these steps practically. Okay, so this is my instance, and one more important thing I tell you, my video is linked to the previous video, and if you are on this video now, then before that you watch the previous video, after that watch this video, then you will understand very well. Okay, so ILS, and I go to projects directory. Okay, then clear, then ls, and I go to minimal Django. Okay, so ls and clear, and then ls. Okay, and yeah, I told you yesterday how to create Docker file. Okay, today we will simply push the Docker file to Docker Hub. Okay, so first build the image. So I copy this command here and simply I build Docker build hyphen t tag and your username. So my username is Safia Khatun. Okay, and image name. Okay, so image name I write here minimal minimal my minimal image. Okay, so simply my minimal image. Okay, and enter. Simply it's build a Docker file. So it's done, and after that I'm login to Docker Hub. So simply Docker login, enter, and then your username. So my username is Safia Khatun. Okay, enter, and after that you give password. So password is enter. So basically login succeed. Okay, so after that I push my image to Docker Hub. So simply Docker images. Okay, Docker images, and this image I will push in Docker Hub. Okay, so Docker push, and then copy this image and here paste it. It's very simple, and tag is latest. Okay, so simply tag is latest, and then enter. Okay, so simply image is pushed into Docker Hub. I will show in my Docker Hub image is push or not. Okay, so let's go to our Docker Hub, and this is my Docker Hub account, and here image is push, my minimal image. Okay, so I hope you get it how to push image from your local to Docker Hub. So if you like the video, then share it anywhere where you want and subscribe my channel, and let's meet again tomorrow with a new video. Till then, bye bye, take care dosto.